All right, viewers' discretion before I go into this video. I'm gonna be saying whatever I want to say and cursing how much I ever want to do. This video might even get taken down. Look, I'm just gonna be saying whatever is on my mind about Zach Wilson. Oh my God, I was in attendance at the game yesterday, Sunday, October 30th, Jets versus Patriots. Holy shit. What a shit show for the Jets. Oh my God. Of course, Breece Hall went out with an ACL injury. That really hurt the offense, and we saw it. The run game could not get shit going. But, oh my God. Zach Wilson was fucking horrible. No bullshit. And the refs were fucking horrible, too. We had a pick six that got it essentially erased because of an roughing the passer call, which, by the way, the NFL has to address immediately. This is similar to the pass interference debacle a few years ago. Look, even though, yeah, you could say that was a roughing the passer, it's always the fucking refs helping the Patriots. We've seen this throughout the history of the NFL. We've seen this when we've seen the Jets get messed over by the refs all the time. I could care less about that, even though that probably would have won us the game. Regardless of how that went, that was crucial play. Regardless of how that went, Zach Wilson played like absolute shit. And in this video, I'm going to have to basically just like get my mind straight about why he's just playing so well, playing so horrible, and how is he the worst quarterback in the 2021 class? All right. So this is Zach Wilson's first interception. This one was not it's 100 million % his fault, but this was not worse than the other two. So they're in gun bunch formation. They've got a tight end in the X. They've got Braxton Berrios in the backfield. And they also have, who was it? Ty Johnson in the slot. And this is a Ty Johnson in, simple in, trying to get the first down, get 2 yards. He runs the in. Zach Wilson sees, makes direct eye contact with him, but feels the pressure from Matt Judon, and Zach Wilson, well, we've known this for a while now. Zach Wilson's footwork is dog shit. So he throws backside. He throws off his back foot, and a little bit too much juice. He could have laid it in there a little bit more soft, but overthrows it, throws a pick. So that was his first pick of the game. All right, you guys want to see a just horrific play? This is at a single back with C.J. Uzomah blocking. Denzel Mims is going to do an in-and-out route, and you see I have Garrett Wilson on just a quick in route, or not a quick in route, a quick curl route. Zach Wilson makes eye contact with Garrett Wilson, sees that it's not open. Matthew Judon gets free from the blocking from C.J. Uzomah. And Denzel Mims is, you can't see it here, but Denzel Mims is wide open down the sideline of the field. And Denzel Mims is great at contested catches, but Zach Wilson does not trust him enough. So obviously he stutters, moves outside of the pocket, throws off of his back foot, horrible mechanics, and throws a pick. You don't throw it. You're not going to throw it away. Just see pressure and just lob it to fucking nobody. What was he doing on that play? Oh my God. He's arguably the most frustrating quarterback in the whole National Football League. He's so inaccurate. He completed 21 of 40 passes yesterday. Yes, the Jets offensive line is horrifically banged up, but he consistently never steps up in the pocket. Here, I'll give you the second example. Here is the play with second example of a pick. All right, so here's the play. You've got Zach Wilson on a gun on a 3rd and 7. You have, pretty sure that's that's Denzel Mims here, Elijah Moore in the slot, Garrett Wilson on the outside, and then you have Tyler Conklin as your tight end. You have James Robinson as your running back. So I'm pretty sure that Elijah Moore was on a quick, let's see. Pretty sure he was on a quick out route here. Garrett Wilson is just going to go straight. And look, I know it's 3rd and 7, but you have right here, I think, who is that? I can't even see who that is. I think that's Jeff Smith here. So Zach Wilson on this play, Jeff Smith is over here, runs a quick in, feels the pressure, sees Jeff Smith, fucking refuses to throw it. Instead of stepping up in the pocket and making that throw, he goes backwards 2 to 3 yards, hitches it, moves back in the pocket, and at this point, the play is dead, throw it away, and live it for another down. Another play, back foot shoulder, and into 5 defenders. He's throwing it to a running back too. He's throwing it to James Robinson on this or Tyler Conklin on this route. James McCourty gets his second pick of the game. And now I'm just going to start ranting after this pick. Before I rant, just let me talk about Zach Wilson's flaws and the biggest flaws. First off, pocket presence, not there. Not really there. He's good at, I guess, escaping pressure, but he's not very good at feeling pressure. And when that pressure happens, he obviously is one of the worst quarterbacks in the league when pressure happens. So pocket presence, X, horrible. Accuracy, nope, horrible. 54% completion percentage on the year. Completed 21 of 40 passes in the game yesterday. In the Green Bay game, he had 10. In the Denver was it the Broncos game that he only had 10 completions? I'm pretty sure it was. 14 completions against Miami. He didn't have a lot of completions against Green Bay either. And he is a big negator for the offense, just consistently gets in the offensive way. Obviously, I know we won with Breece Hall carrying us between the Dolphins game, and he carried us in the Green Bay game, and he carried us basically scoring the only touchdown against the Broncos game. And that really kills the offense that Breece Hall went out. But Zach Wilson's just horrible. His accuracy, that's another bad thing. His vision is horrible too because he just cannot see open receivers when they're open. And I'm in the stands. I'm 100 feet up, and I'm like, oh my god, he's wide open. See him, and he's like, nope. Let me throw an interception. Consistently, this was a massive issue last year as well. Motherfucker would not throw the ball. He would not throw it away when the play. This is the perfect example. This play is dead. And he just what is he throwing it to? Who's he throwing it to? Into that's triple coverage with McCourty. And his footwork is horrible. His footwork has been a massive issue ever since he even got into the league. He's throwing off his back foot into triple coverage. What are you... And his footwork is not something... It just doesn't seem like something is fixed because he keeps on making all the footwork mistakes. And he'll sling a bad sidearm ball and put too much juice on it, and it'll get batted down the receiver because it's all the way up here, and it'll hit it, and then it'll fall into the defender's hands. Anyways, back to the main rant. All right, so it's my rant time for Zach Wilson now. Zach Wilson, horribly inaccurate quarterback. That was a good throw, but he is a horribly inaccurate quarterback. I mean, when he has a clean pocket, he's decent enough. That's an example of another play. He'll just dance. Whenever he feels pressure, he is the worst quarterback under pressure. He's the worst, he's second worst QBR. He has the least amount of EPA. He has 0 positive yards. And he's got to have one of the lowest football IQs out of a quarterback I've ever really seen. He is just Sam Darnold 2.0. He really is. I have no idea. The way he just progresses through his reads is fine. I mean, but the example, he feels pressure and he gives up. But what is my point of all this? What is my point of the criticism of Zach Wilson and how... my point is what do the Jets do after him? Denzel Mims there with a nice catch. What do the Jets do with Zach Wilson? What do the Jets do to move forward from him? Because I'm gonna be honest, there's no fucking improving what he's doing right now. I mean, it's ridiculous. He has 0 pocket presence. He is not accurate. He throws the ball downfield well, but he never gets that opportunity to do it. When he feels pressure, he scrambles around and dances around in the pocket for too long, doesn't step up in the pocket. His footwork is horrendous. And that's not going to really change because in the NFL, you get 2 years as a quarterback, and that's it. But if the Jets decide to move on from Zach Wilson, what should they do? Because I got to be honest, I think that's the right move. I know that the jury is not completely out on Garrett Wilson, or not Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's awesome. Zach Wilson, I mean, the point is, Jets should go out and get another quarterback after this year. or do as much as they can, because Joe Douglas has proven time and time again that he will try to do as much as he can to address the holes in the team. And our biggest hole right now is quarterback. Yes, he chose Zach Wilson, the second overall pick. It doesn't matter. The Jets could very, very, very possibly be in a contending window if they have a real quarterback. The Jets defense, yes, they allowed 22 points, but they only allowed 1 touchdown. And they also had a pick 6 that was taken back. And yes, they allowed 5 field goals, but 3 of those were 3-and-outs, where the special teams or offense absolutely fucked them, especially with Zach Wilson's interception and the 35-yard punt return. And you have such good defensive pieces like Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, Quentin Williams. You have fine linebacking core. You can always replace them. You got good interior pass rush. And the offensive line has some good pieces as well, like Elijah Vera Tucker, Torres Tricep, Mekhi Becton, who's still on a rookie deal. You have Laken Tomlinson for the next 2 years. You have decent pieces on offensive line, even though I think they should address that in the trade deadline. You have Breece Hall. Yes, he tore his ACL, but Breece Hall is a star running back, and you have Michael Carter and now James Robinson. As long as the Jets find a quarterback that's accurate, and I would like the Jets to also add just like one more receiver piece or possibly a wide receiver one if possible. Lamar Jackson is who the Jets should target utmost. Because I don't think Lamar Jackson really wants to re-sign with that team. I think you should do as much as possible to address the quarterback situation. Zach Wilson, if he doesn't absolutely pop off and become like one of the best second halves any quarterback's ever had, there's no fixing what I see, in my opinion. So what should the Jets do? Should the Jets trade for an aging quarterback like, I don't know, Aaron Rodgers? And now we're back to that interception. Should the Jets go for Lamar Jackson? Should they draft another quarterback? I don't think essentially going backwards and drafting another quarterback is the point. I think that the Jets should do essentially what the Rams did. The Rams said, fuck the picks, and traded 3 first-round picks for Matthew Stafford. Yes, Matthew Stafford looked horrendous this year, but they got a Super Bowl out of it. What was their biggest need? Quarterback. And what do? They made that decision to go and win the Super Bowl. The Jets should do that this offseason. I don't care what Zach Wilson needs to fucking prove to me that he's basically a god, because he has not proven anything to me as of late other than prove my disagreements and my flaws right. All right, so that's going to do it for this video. I know it left off on quite a sad note, but I don't really think the Jets should have anything to worry about, to be honest. Joe Douglas flipped Sam Darnold, who's horrible, for a second-round pick. Zach Wilson has a ton of talent. I think that teams could trade a second-round pick for him, and the Jets could address one of their more needs with that second-round pick. And Joe Douglas, if he wants to pull the trigger, he'll get another quarterback. I mean, yes, it's really hard to find those quarterbacks in this league, but there are some quarterbacks that will be on the move this offseason. Unlike last offseason, there were a lot of quarterback moves, but guys like Derek Carr could be on the move. Lamar Jackson could be on the move. Daniel Jones. You have some of the rookie quarterbacks from the 2022 class, such as Justin Fields, probably not, but maybe. Aaron Rodgers, possibly, if he does not retire. You have some options as the Jets, and in my professional opinion, I'm not a professional, but I want to be. I go to college for sports media. In my opinion, Zach Wilson is done, in my opinion. The Jets likely will salvage whatever they have for the rest of the season, potentially make the playoffs, but without Breece Hall, kind of kills that momentum you had. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And go Jets, I guess, except Zach Wilson.